Hi, I'm from scienceforvans.co.uk, and today I'm going to show you how to apply lettering and graphics to your vehicle. First thing to do is to make sure it's good and clean, and then give it a wipe over with methylated spirits to make sure there's no grease on it. Your package from scienceforvans.co.uk will come with some application tools. You will get a plan of where the graphics will be applied to your vehicle, a plastic application tool, a Chinograph pencil, and a squirter bottle. In addition to these, you will need a tape measure, a ruler or straight edge, a sharp knife, and a hairdryer. Fill the plastic squirter with water and add a single drop of washing up liquid. You will use this to lightly spray the back of the lettering to make it easy to apply and repositionable. If you're applying lettering in cold weather, you will not need to spray the lettering. In hot weather, you definitely will need to spray it. The most important decision to make is where the horizontal is, because you want your graphics to be on straight. On most fans, you take the panel lines as being horizontal, but that's not the case on all fans. If you're in doubt, then the sill at the bottom is usually horizontal. You take that as your horizontal line. The first thing to do is to have a look at the plan that comes with the package to see where the graphics are going to go on the van. And then you position your graphics on the van according to the plan, and then mark where you think the start of the lettering is going to go and the baseline as the bottom line of the lettering. So if you put your pencil there, just mark the line, and then mark the start line of where the start of the lettering is going to go. Right, on this van we'll take the bottom panel line as our horizontal. So having marked the position of the lettering, we measure up from that line and make another line in the same distance up, and then draw a line on the van using the Chinograph pencil. This will be the baseline of our lettering. With long pieces of lettering, it can be easier if you chop it up into sections. It can make it a bit easier to put them back together again if you just put some marks across it before you cut it, and then carefully with a sharp knife cut the section off. Right, once you've got your lettering, you need to take the backing off, and to do that you put it on a flat surface and pull back the backing, keep it flat against the surface as possible to avoid ripping off the lettering off the application tape at the front. There we are. Okay, then we need to spray the back of the lettering with the squirter that we've been supplied. So you give it a light spray. We're not spraying too heavily. We don't want it soaking. We're just giving a light mist over the top of it. With the backing tape taken off, we need to apply it to the line that we've got there. We need to keep the front of the lettering at the start mark here, and make sure that the baseline of your line of lettering goes on the line that you've got marked. So if we rip a little bit off, just so we can see the start of the lettering, and so we can keep that right up against the start mark, and then we need to position it so that the bottoms of the letters are sitting on the line that we've marked, and we just gently rub down the bottom and don't rub down the top yet. Okay, then with our applicator tool, we then push the lettering up gently, running along, and then press quite hard just to make sure it's all pressed down properly. And there we are. Okay, using the red marks that we put along the cut, we can position the next section of lettering. So again, we make sure it's on the red line. Having the spray on the back makes it repositionable, so if we need to reposition it, we can. And just make sure it's right. It's a little bit above the line there, so we can see the red line through the application tape. So we just remove it again and just get it on the line. Again, we remove this bit. There we go, very gentle. As long as you don't press it down hard, it is repositionable. And then we just gently press it on with the applicator tool, and just make sure all the water is squeezed out. Let's press it down quite hard. And there we go. Right, having put the lettering on, if you wait a few seconds just to let it dry slightly, and then we peel off the application tape. Now we keep it fairly flat against the surface to avoid, we don't try and pull it up like this because this will tend to pull off the lettering. So we keep it flat against the surface, and that, just do it gently and slowly and it'll come off fine. If you take some kitchen towel and fold it in half and then wrap it around your plastic applicator like that, it just softens the edge slightly so you don't scratch the lettering, and then you can rub hard on your lettering just to make sure it's completely pushed down. When you have little details like this, make sure it's pushed into all the cracks. Sometimes you'll get a little bubble like this. Now you can leave this and it will come out, because sign vinyl is what we call a semi-permeable membrane, which means that any water or air which is trapped underneath will eventually permeate or evaporate through. But with something like this, you can prick it and get the air out with a pin or a sharp, the tip of a sharp blade. Right, you just prick the bubble and then just push the air out, and then go over it with your applicator. And that goes. Okay, and then we need to take the red line off the van, which is quite easy. We use a mixture of turpentine and methylated spirits, but you could just use terps on its own, or meth. But if you use terps, make sure you go over with meth afterward, because the terps can be quite aggressive on the adhesive on the lettering. The large logos normally come without application tape because they are laminated with a sheet of clear vinyl over the top, which protects them and makes them a bit thicker, so you don't need the tape over the top. So we just peel the backing off them along the way. These large logos we give good spraying with the water, and on a hot day we would normally spray the surface of the vehicle as well. And then we place it in position. It is repositionable. Get it right, and then gently squeeze out the water that's underneath.